You know, I absolutely love that GW. Yeah, we have our ups and downs, but it's going to make my dream a reality. Renaming Tenerife, Tenerife.
Craig, what are you doing? Why are you naked?
Fuck off, G, I hate you.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to When I Say Bo, You Say La Liga, with me, GWFM. I managed to get him away, getting back home, back to sleep, because obviously we're absolutely arseholed, so it's best to get him back home. Hopefully it'll be the last to see him in that state, fingers crossed. Otherwise, up until the last couple of games, it's been going really well. Don't know what happened there with a bit ours, but anyway, I felt like a little bit like Jonathan Ross, but never mind. Last time you joined us, it was Rayo Vallecano. We beat them 4-0, and we followed up with a win against Zaragoza 1-0. And then we had a really emphatic result, really. Well, I say emphatic, it was one for the neutrals. It just said that it was 4-3. Juan Kamara, Villar, and Suso. And, there was 3 goals in the last, 4 minutes or something. It was ridiculous. I was thinking, come on, just a piece of piss, 3-1 win. Come on, that'll do. Never mind. But anyway, we followed that up with a 3-1 defeat against Granada. Granada a team in the top 6, so it was going to be a tough game away from home as well. We had a really good start, to be fair, with George scoring, but it just proved too hard. I think we had a bit of a, if I remember rightly, was this a game that was? No, it wasn't. No, there was a game that we got basically FM'd. It might have been Almeria coming up, but yeah, Huesca. We beat them 1-0. Not really much happened in this game. We dominated, and they didn't really have a sniff. They are down the bottom for a reason, should I say. But Giovanni getting the other goal, and it seemed to be the only highlight of the game. But then after that, we had Almeria, and we haven't beaten them this season. But as you can see there, we had 28 shots to their 7. They had a man sent off after 13 minutes and 92 minutes and 45 seconds. They got an equaliser. We hit the woodwork, I think, 3 times as well. Since happened that, I always seem to hit the woodwork 3 times in a row. Then we beat Tarragona. We beat them 2-1, despite being the worst team as well. We did have 10 men, thanks to Sands getting sent off, but we did find ourselves going 2-0 up before Tarragona decided to start playing and start creating a lot of chances. But it was a win, and of course, a win is a win. Then we went away to Osasuna, and we managed to pick up the 3 points here as well, thanks to Giovanni and a late Suso goal, which we don't score that many late goals, but it was a welcome one in this particular case. There's been some transfers, I will get onto them shortly. You might have seen 1 or 2 names, but last 2 games we played Bolompi, one of the teams we live-commed earlier on in the season, and we got beat. We were 2-0 down at half-time. We'd made a bit of a fist of it. But, Alvedano getting a consolation in the end, so not too good there. And then lastly, the last game against top of the league, well, second of the league, way at top, of course. I'll show you the league table shortly. Cadiz, just pretty much 2 highlights all game. We didn't even have a sniff. It was absolutely dog-turd was this performance. And largely disappointed, it has to be said. So, I'll show you the league table now. We're still top, 4 points clear now. La Jolla Lorca played yesterday, I think, in game, and as a result they're 4 points behind us. It's still in our hands. There's 22 teams in the league, which means that there are 42 games, I believe, so there's 11 games to go. 12 games to go. We're on 30. I'm still hopeful we're going to be able to do it, get into the La Liga at the first attempt, at the Liga Santander, that is. And hopefully we can do it. But let's have a look at the transfers that we have done. Transfer history, of course. And yeah, there's been 3. Javi Matilla, or Mattia, however you pronounce it. I'm tempted to rename this person Matilla the Hun. Is that right? Attila the Hun? I think that's right. I seem to remember Night at the Museum, it being called that. But yeah, let us know in the comments if you think I should change any of the names. Just help a brother out. I don't even know why I'm saying help a brother out, but anyway. Physically not great, it has to be said. Mentally, decent, but it was more the technical stats I liked. I liked his first touch of 15, his passing of 16, and his technique of 17. I thought that he looked like he was going to be a really good signing, albeit only for about 2 years maybe. 29 years old, but I just thought it'd be worth a punt with his technical ability, as it were. We then had the chance to sign Rafa Di Vicente. I did try to sign these two at the same time, these last two midfielders. This guy came up first. I decided to delay it. Then it came to signing him, and I thought, you know what, screw it, I will do, because Vitolo, he has signed a contract extension, but he's on the decline, and I'm kind of regretting getting him to sign a contract extension. The reason I did it is because he took a pay cut, like literally half. So I thought, yeah, might as well. The good thing about this guy is he's 24 years old. He's got quite a lot of time ahead of him, and he's only down as a backup player, so he won't get upset if he's not playing. So, as you can see, he's okay. He's got 16 determination and a lot of 12s and 13s and crossing of 14 for a central midfielder, which I find a bit bizarre. But never mind. Physical's okay again, but I thought he could do a job for us as a backup. Didn't think it was bad for a freebie on £2 a week. And then finally we got a loanee from Real Madrid called Jaime, or Jamie if you want to. It's spelled the same way as Jaime Lannister in Game of Thrones. But yeah, I just thought he's obviously a youngster. He's 21 years old. Physicals definitely need some work. It's a determined character, as you can see. There was 18, determination, decision of 15, first touch of 15, dribbling 14. You know, I thought he had room to grow. A bit like our youngsters. Our youngster Gutierrez. Which reminds me, I've just remembered, we've actually got the youth intake, and there's one player that does stand out. I'll show you him. All the others are bang average. I'm going to try and sign the goalkeeper. Just quickly flash him up there. Nothing really amazing. He's driven and he's got high determination. His work rate is dog turd at 2, so he's going to need a lot of work. Whereas this guy, Fabrizio Benedetti, doesn't look bad at all to say he's 15 years old, and he's definitely going to be, as soon as he signs a contract, he's going to be featuring in the first team without a doubt. So yeah, that's the youth intake, and that's the two guys that we've got that's come through, which is very, very handy indeed. I don't know why I'm on this screen, but let's have a look at today's opponents, who are Real Oviedo. Now, my mate Curti FM, he is like a shareholder or something like that with Real Oviedo. And yeah, I think I mentioned this before, that when Leeds were looking for a new manager, we were linked with Fernando Hierro, and I did ask him, does he know anything? He said it was just all hearsay. We ended up with Thomas Christensen, and so far so good for any Leeds fans that are watching. I think you'll agree. But Real Oviedo, I just want to quickly just shout out Curti FM's save that he's got his series, which is Curti Calls the Shots. He's managing Aldershot Town. His local side, I believe, is, from what I remember him telling me, I'm almost certain it is local to them anyway, or vice versa. Anyway, the manager is Cosmin Contra, who's got a nice beard and angry face. He's Romanian. Again, a bit of a similar theme. Good coach, tactical knowledge lacks massively. But they've also got Francisco Varela, the key player. And, you know, he's a full-back, of course, and yeah, he's decent. He's got a free kick on him, so that's something to look out for. Of course, he's decent crossing as well. For this level, he's a very good player. He's deemed a 4-star player. We can't afford him because we're skint. But yeah, actually, I just remembered. There are some outs. Perdoma's gone on a free to Mallorca. Brian Acosta's gone as well, and Juan Carr has actually gone on loan with the view to permanently moving. It was just shit, basically. Can't put any play other than that. Anyway, back into the task at hand. Looking at Oviedo, they're down the bottom of the minute. They are struggling a little bit. They're in the relegation spots. But if you look here, not too long ago, just before the turn of the decade, turn of the millennium, should have said, they were in the top flight. And I believe they were in the top flight for a while. If I look at their actual competitions, like the Liga Santander, they actually finished 3rd place on 3 occasions, going back quite some time, of course. But yeah, they're a team with a little bit of pedigree, let's just say that. And doesn't like they've won any cups, but yeah, the Liga, yeah, they haven't. No, they've just won the respective divisions to get promoted. But they are a bit of a, you know, kind of like a fallen giant as such. But yeah, we're going to get into today's game. Let's have a look at today's team lineup. Right, so the team is as follows. We're going to go with Carlos Abad in goal. We're going to have Luis Perez, as always, on the right. We've got Iriondo coming in at left back, with Jorge and Alberto getting a rare start in the middle of defence. Just wanted to give him a bit of a kick up the backside, really. The defence has been failing me a little bit recently, so hopefully this will give him a bit of a kick up the arse. We've got Sands partnering Rafa Di Vicente in the middle of the park, one of the new boys, of course. Suso on the left, Tyrone on the right, with Giovanni and Di Thomas up top. Crap Jesus has been playing, well, crap, and you're like, Jesus Christ, this is shite. But anyway, let's hopefully, maybe he can come off the bench and make a difference, but let's get into today's game. Today's game is brought to you live from Estadio Halidoro Rodriguez Lopez. It's Club Deportivo Tenerife versus Real Oviedo. So last time, obviously we played absolutely dog turd. I'm going to say you've got to put in an improved performance here, as we need to put an end to our bad run. Hopefully it'll get a decent reaction. I've got a little bit of a positive reaction. Calm faith, as per, when I'm being a bit harsh with them. Hopefully that will give them a little bit of confidence, and let's see what happens. We need to get out of this run, this little bit of a rut that we're in. We've gone into a bit of sketchy form where we're winning some, drawing one or two, and then losing a couple. It's just crap. It's not title winning form, and it's happening at the business end now, and it needs to stop basically. Otherwise, Craig Davids might be throwing that bottle of Captain Morgan's at me. Right, we've got an early highlight. It's a rare sight because the last two games there wasn't many that were starting with us on the ball, apart from the one that ended in a goal. I can't remember exactly, but Thomas has scored straight away. He's playing as a complete forward, which is a little bit unusual for him. He's normally the false nine, but it's a great start, and it's the look of the cameras looking at this. Hopefully, because last time we were a bit of a shaky run, and we managed to get a 4-0 win. But I'm not complaining. I'm hoping for the same again, really. We ought to be beating Oviedo. Bloody hell, they're chuffing like third bottom. Right, another highlight. It's Lewis with the throw. Throws it down to Tyrone. Coronation Street favourite, of course. We've just hit the bar. I think it was Alternative Media Wales. I think he said something about the Coronation Street fizz thing. But anyway, never mind. Right, so it's half time. It's 1-0. It's a little bit of a dodgy scoreline. But I'm going to say this is a great opportunity. Sure, the pundits have been right to back us up. Great. That's a pretty terrible response, but now I'm going to be assertive and say I've got faith, hopefully. Like I've said before, many times before, morale is key. You can't keep berating them, otherwise they'll just end up be like shocking morale and absolutely do sod all. And I've learnt the hard way a few times in the past. I know it's not the right way to go. I tried following some sort of team talk sort of guide, and that's what they said to do, be harsh, and it didn't work. Let's just say that. There's a chance for them looking at this. I'm not really a fan of Coronation Street, if I'm honest with you. I used to watch it years ago when I lived at home, but now I don't live at home, and instead I'm just playing Football Manager and all the time and conceding goals, which getting ruled off for offside, which is fantastic as well. That worked out quite well, didn't it? Right, so I'm making two changes. Taking Giovanni, who's had a poor game off. Crap Jesus is probably going to play even worse, but he's going to come on anyway. And then Sione is going to come on for Di Vicente, sorry. Hopefully, he's just looking a bit tired, so hopefully it's going to freshen it up and give us a few more chances in a creative sense. Fingers crossed. Right, so I'm just going to bring on the youngster on because what's happened. Gutierrez is coming on for Suso. Suso's looking a bit tired. Let's just... Hopefully we can just get to the end. Sands will be the captain for the remainder of the game. Right, 5 minutes to go and we've finally got a highlight after that disallowed goal. Sione. Back to Sayans. Or George, otherwise known as. Iriondo crosses in. It's towards Crap Jesus, but it's cleared away. He gets a second bite at the cherry, but no, it's cleared away. That's Sione. Poor pass from Oviedo. I forgot the name for a second there. To Thomas. Can he feed it through? If it finds Tyrone! Oh, God. Must have been round with Kevin again. I need to stop with the Coronation Street jokes. I don't even know who's who anymore. I know Tyrone's still in it, but that's about it. And it's only because he's like my brother's best mate. That's the only reason I know him so well. Right, we've got 30 seconds left. I don't like the fact that they've started with the ball deep in our half. Because he can shoot like that and it's going to go over the bar. Thank God for that. It's going to be a bit of a dire 1-0 win with not many chances on target. But I don't care, it's 3 points. It's 3 points closer to our goal, which is getting into the La Liga Santander at the first ask. So that is a fantastic performance, really, on the scheme of things, because we've been absolutely shocking. It was against a poor side, but I'm going to say well done. Get that morale up again, and let's hopefully push on. Let's get over the line. We're now actually... Oh, Cadiz, the Drew. Brilliant. It's now 7 points clear with 11 to play. It's looking good. It's not nailed on. Goal difference is better than everyone else's. We're scoring more goals than everyone else. So we're just conceding a fair a few too many, let's just say that. But anyway, let's have a look and see who we're going to be playing for the next live comp. Right, so I think what I'm going to do is, I'm actually going to do the last game of the season. Unless I get to a stage beforehand where I need to win, and if I say we get to, I don't know, Royce, and all we need to do is win a game, and we'll get promoted, I'll come back for that particular game. If not, I'll come back for Real Sporting Gijon. I believe that's how you pronounce it, it might not be. I think I purposely left this game because we had them earlier on in the season. I decided to do Real Vallecano for that reason, for the fact that it could be the last game of the season. Reason being, we can get through this season, get it out of the way, get it notched off, get into that La Liga, get into the games against Real Madrid and Barcelona. That's what it's all about. Seeing the underdogs get trounced, that's what will happen with us. But in between, that's what could happen. Right, so thank you very much for watching. I don't know where. I'm pretty sure I can hear him somewhere, but I'm sure he's having a good time as per. I'll have to make sure he's not as bad as what he were earlier. But anyway, yeah, hopefully I have enjoyed this video. If you have enjoyed it, why not go ahead and press that like button. If you'd like to see more, feel free to subscribe. And if you have actually got this far, I'd just like to say that I'm going to be having a little bit of a break, much probably to people that got this far's chagrin. Basically, it's not a massive break, it's because I'm going on holiday, only for like 5 days or so, but it's just I've got to do some recording as well afterwards. I'm actually doing this the night before. I've got to get up at 3:30 in the morning and set off on a beastly 5.5 hour drive, which is going to kill me. But yeah, I'm doing this before, making sure I get it out for you guys, and then hopefully you can, like I say, you can still see at least one on. It should be going out on the Friday. If for whatever reason I don't get rendered or anything, I do apologise. We'll get it out on the following Friday, because obviously Monday I won't be about to record. The fail of the week, I did mention it on the previous video that there will be no fail of the week on the Wednesday. It will come back the Wednesday afterwards. So yeah, hopefully you can join us for that. Any of you that have actually watched any of the old school stuff or the collab stuff, there is going to be a video on Saturday with Fry Badger, and there is going to be a video on Sunday for the Doom. Probably the last Doom one for the time being. I'll move on to something else after this particular Sunday. But yeah, it's just going to be 2 episodes, I think, or 2 days worth of this series that's going to be missing. And then obviously the fail of the week, as I just mentioned. But yeah, hopefully you understand, and I'll see you in about a week's time.